MySpace. It's myspace.com/Blue Ridge Roller Girls.
Yeah.
So you can always send a message or send a friend request if you're on MySpace. And we also have a website. But it's kind of...
under construction.
Yeah, it's constantly under construction.
It's up and running now, but it's still...
You get most of your information from our MySpace.
Yeah.
Well, are most websites under construction? And that seemed to be the case.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot going on. I mean, we basically, we function like a nonprofit, and we're working on our nonprofit status. And, that means board meetings and committee meetings and, just putting on a bout is a huge production. There's a lot of work that goes into it, whether it's, getting merchandise together, setting things up physically, doing promotion. So we stay pretty busy. Some things fall to the wayside, like the website.
All right. Now, do you want? We've got. I guess we should wait until we pour a cup of tea, don't you think? So before we actually get into the
logistics of the game,
to the violent part of it.
the violent portion of our programming.
Yes, and then I thought that's why I was getting up, was to get some music, so we could have the Bruise and Tattoo show. I thought,
Bruise and Tattoo.
I was thinking, what music do I have that would be appropriate for Bruise and Tattoo?
What'd you come up with?
Bach.
I'd say that's perfect.
Okay. All right. Right. Yes.
Excellent. Do we get to hear it?
A little bit. If we do a playback in here, it feeds back a little bit, so you can hear it on headphones.
Oh, so you get to listen to
I get to hear it on headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right then.
All right, but I could, if I turn the TV up a little bit, you could hear a little of it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. Oh, I have a question actually.
Okay.
Well, obviously we're live right now, which is a little scary, but
the world is
the world is watching us.
Every move.
Will it be on again so that we can watch it and
No.
No.
Never.
No, it only goes out live.
Wow.
What you saw me doing over there is being recorded. So as of now, it is being recorded.
Oh, so we don't have anything prior?
No.
Yeah, we didn't. We had talked about taping it so we could watch it and laugh ourselves.
Right.
But
I'm not going to say anything more for the rest of the time that I'm here now.
No, that's more.
No, I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah, please don't let me ramble. Please talk.
Oh, well, I thought you were just getting started. Anyway, after we have a couple of cups of tea, you'll probably relax and start talking again.
I feel bad for people who are watching if we get really redundant.
Okay.
Hold up the fire.
Not like they don't have 50 other things.
Okay, for the sake of the recording, should we begin again?
Sure.
Hello and welcome to the Mad Scientist Tea Party. We've got the Candy Apple Razor Blades here, part of the Blue Ridge Roller Girls, right? Roller derby team, and they have brought their skates, some paper dolls, and all their tattoos and bruises and stories. Do you have some good stories? You've done what? You've done two bouts. Two bouts so far is all you've done. And any casualties?
Not from the bouts.
No, not from the bouts. That's the really strange thing. I'm thinking has anybody been taken out from a bout? No.
Not hard. Bruises and.
Obviously bruises.
Hard
falls,
sore,
scrape,
skin.
Yeah.
Right. You've got elbow pads and knee pads.
Yeah.
So
and
they
wrist
guards. So they and helmets, obviously helmets. So that mouth guards to save your teeth. So that obviously saves the most of where there would be lots of broken wrists and such. Yeah.
We've had some injuries, but they've mostly been at practices and scrimmages, oddly enough. And just some wonky knees. We've got
knee injuries
lots
are the
of
most
bad knees.
common problem in roller derby.
We've
It
also
really
had a
is.
broken tailbone.
Ankles.
Yeah, broken tailbone before. I've actually seen video of one girl breaking her ankle, and that scares me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
think about that happening.
I picked the skate up, and that's not a light weapon unto itself. That I mean,
No.
that will do damage.
Yeah.
One of those upside the head would, you know what I'm
I
saying?
came close at practice the other day. It's the closest I've come where there was a pile up and someone fell, and as she fell, her leg kicked up as I was coming down,
Right,
and I
it's-
saw her skate just coming towards my
goodness.
face, and I had to quit playing for a few minutes because it scared me so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
it's
I would have
inevitable.
lost all my teeth, broken my nose, you know, it was just flying up at me.
It's inevitable. I mean, there's going to be mishap, and no matter how careful you try to be. And like I say, that's a formidable weapon. You can knock somebody out
Yeah.
in a minute.
That's the
with that.
scariest thing is
Yeah.
somebody else's
I mean,
skate
it looks like
getting-
it looks like a roller skate on steroids.
Yeah, they've metal trucks and yeah.
But when you pick it up and you feel the weight and how it's a mean thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we put a lot of emphasis on, you know, training people how to fall and, you know, how to basically avoid like major injuries.
Yeah,
of course,
causing major injuries.
Right,
some
the
accidents
best
are
you
going
can.
to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when she was going down and saw the skate coming up, somehow though it didn't make contact, so
Right.
you were lucky. Yeah. I see there's a brake on the front.
The toe stop, yeah.
Some people take theirs out.
Yeah.
Because we don't use them to stop
No, those aren't
or
used
to
stop.
skate.
No.
Oh, I
So
see.
some people put a plug in theirs instead of having the stopper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like having mine though because occasionally, you know, if I have the opportunity to, you know,
Toe dance.
to use the toe stops, it you know keeps my wheels from wearing out more.
I see a lot of people using it as a way to. I mean, I've seen girls run off of them,
Right.
off the line. I see girls use them to kind of stabilize themselves when they're recovering from a fall. It's just a personal preference. You hear horror stories of ankle injuries because of them, but
Right.
some girls prefer to wear them. I don't wear them just because I don't use them for anything. So.
And the skate does not have a really high top on
No.
it, which makes it even more dangerous for ankle injuries.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact. Hey there, would you like to join us?
Well, I would, and several other people have expressed interest in joining, but they're a little scared of the roller.
Send them
Is
in.
it time to do the tattoo show?
Yeah, they're really harmless, honestly.
We need more people for the
Let's see, what does the
demonstration.
tea look
anyway.
like? Is the tea steeped sufficiently? I think it needs to steep just a little
Yeah.
more. Let's josh a little
Get some
around.
locomotion.
Yeah, a little of that, and it'll be ready in just a minute, and we can pour some tea. Will you all try some of the
Of course,
oolong?
yes.
And what I was gonna do is I was gonna wait until this one began to whistle to pour that one. But if we need to hurry it up,
That's your time. How long you got?
oh, me?
Yeah.
The show runs till 7:00 today.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Well, we do
Well,
have
we
practice
practice
at
at
6:30.
6:30.
okay, so
we
you'll
can't
need
sit
to
here
get
all
out of
night.
here like at least by no. You have to get to Hendersonville. For
No,
Not
no,
today.
not today.
Today
We'll be in
it's in-
Asheville.
Okay, where will you practice? Down at the park?
That's an armory.
Yeah,
At the
the
Armory.
National Guard Armory is kind enough.
Indoors?
Yes, it's a small space, so we can never use it to.
We
put on
don't
a bow.
scrimmage or anything.
But I mean, they're
can skate
gracious
around.
enough to let us skate there, and so.
They probably get a kick out of it.
Oh
too.
well, yeah. My husband actually works out of that area, so,
Oh, uh-huh.
and he loves roller derby.
Is it the
with
one
passion.
right over in West Asheville?
Mm-hmm. On
Okay.
Brevard Road, yeah.
Yeah, we're at the Armory Tuesday and Thursday nights now, and we're out in Hendersonville at the skating rink there on Mondays and Saturdays.
Saturday mornings, yeah.
And then the bouts are in the old Raceway Park.
Mhm,
Yes.
Yeah, the bouts are at Carrier Park, and what we're aiming for and have been doing since we began bouting in June is to have like about one a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This will be our third.
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
exciting.
who are you playing this time? Who is it called playing? Who are you?
Bouting, we
Could
call
be
it call the game
Classic
about.
City
Who,
roller
who, you,
girls.
who are you bashing this time?
Bashing Classic City. They're from Athens.
Athens, Georgia.
Athens, Georgia.
Yes.
Asheville and Athens. The collision of Athens and Asheville.
That's right.
Yes. You know, I'm trying to say. Oh, that would be a good one, huh?
Yes.
And they've got a full fort. Are they now?
Yeah.
Are they regular? Whatever it is, league members or whatever it is? Are they
Are they
sanctioned?
I don't think they
Are you-
are yet. They're
are-
probably aspiring to be like
Are
us.
y'all
'cause
allowed
we're kind
to
of on the
play
same
people
level.
that are sanctioned, or do sanctioned people, will they play you even if you're not sanctioned?
It's up to them. It's up to
Okay.
their discretion as to whether or not they want to. And because, like I said, WFTDA, we follow. They have a certain set of rules that WFTA, that's what we call it, have set down. You can speak with another team that may not be WFTDA and play by different rules. You don't necessarily have to follow those rules, but leagues like us who are trying to be WFTDA,
You won't.
we are going to follow those kind of rules.
Right.
You know, certain rules which we'll get into when we explain the game.
So the only time you'd be concerned is if there's a league that's not with that association and they're not aspiring to be, because that means they play by their own rules.
Yes.
Which is a
Which
little
can
frightening.
be, which can be
a disaster.
Can be jarring sometimes, and I mean, because WFTDA,
Well, just forget that. You're not gonna be playing that.
we
are
already played one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Your first bout was
Yeah,
that?
Reedy River Roller Girls. That was our first interleague bout, and I don't believe that they're aspiring to be WFTDA.
I thought they
I don't
were.
know. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I
They're
haven't
new.
seen it.
They're about the same level.
Yeah,
as
they're about the
us,
same
and-
level as us.
Was
but-
it
Oh, I
fun?
think
Was
they
it a fun
would
bout?
be.
It was.
It was the most intense. Like, I mean, we haven't.
Chaotic.
Yeah, it was chaotic
Aggressive.
and aggressive.
Were you still like pumped the next day? Still?
Oh,
just
I
like-
always am after every bout. I can't help it. But I mean, granted, we've only had one previous bout before that, and that was between us, and it was really exciting for us to be together as a league and go up against this other league, even though we had been training separately for our own teams, how well we worked together and how wonderfully we've been trained. Thank you, Tara. Tara started training us back in the olden days, and I really amazed me to see the amount of technique that we had, and I mean, but those girls, they really did. They put up a hard fight, but we came out victorious.
They're a little mean.
Yeah, they were a little mean, but nothing we couldn't handle.
They played a little dirty,
Yeah, they
but
played a little
we
dirty.
handled it well.
Yeah, well, some of us did.
And then there's some people who,
Right.
occasionally.
Hey,
Well, a little dirty according to your rules or according to their rules? According to anybody's rules?
According to the rules of the
according to
game.
the rules
Yeah.
of the game,
They
I
were a
mean,
little dirty.
there's some. Well, once again, it all goes to WFTDA. Like I said, we'll explain the rules, but generally in roller derby, there's no grabbing, there's no holding, there's no tackling.
Right, but
You
you-
can
but you
Ripping
can-
of clothes.
No,
But you
ripping
can
of
bash somebody
clothes.
with your elbow, right?
No,
No,
you
that's
can't.
elbow.
That's an illegal move as well. And
No
you,
elbow, no tripping?
no
No
tripping.
tripping.
No.
No
And-
gouging of the eyes?
No.
No, none of that.
No clotheslining.
No,
I would like to do
clotheslining.
that.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's what I was going to say earlier. Is a lot of like the first question I get when I tell people I'm in roller derby. Oh, do you do that on rollerblades? No, we do it on quad skates. The
Right.
second question is, oh, do you fight girls? Well, the thing is it's a real sport, and any fights or any falls or anything you see like that, it is all real. It is not staged, because I know in the 80s there was some, fake fights, kind of just ridiculous over the top stuff, and it just really isn't like that anymore.
And is
It's-
that why the sport sort of
think-
disappeared
I
and
think-
now it's coming back?
I've done a lot of research as to why roller derby kind of went into the fray, and I can't seem to find anything. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is maybe the integrity of the sport was compromised.
So you know what I always thought it was?
What's that?
I always thought that they all suddenly smartened up and they went, "Whoa, that's enough of that."
There'll
It
always be
hurts.
young ones willing to put their bodies on the line for fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
And
roller-
there's still boxing.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all kinds
come
of
on
sports where
now.
people are obviously putting
Yeah.
themselves in danger.
But that is a common misconception that, it's a lot like roller derby from the 50s, through the 70s. A lot of people say, oh, I watched it on TV. But, if you come prepared to, see these elaborate, fights and, sort of
Yeah.
drama, we don't
Yes.
have that. I mean,
Yeah. What happens on the rink stays on the rink. It's like any other sport. When somebody takes you out in football with a good tackle, you don't go up to him after the game and try and pick a fight with him. Our last bout, I did get in a fight on the rink with the girl, but I gave her a hug afterwards and told her, good game, and couldn't wait to do it again. So
Well, now how did the girls get along on your own teams? Do y'all, is there tension
well, I think
there, or is everybody just best friends?
Well, when our league split into two separate teams, knowing that our first bout would be, the two league teams playing each other.
Mhm.
I mean, it created a rift of kinds. I mean, there was some tension.
Competition.
Yeah.
I feel that it made for a good presence for the crowd to watch today, because we're very competitive. I mean, most of us are, and if you're going to play any kind of sport, you tend to be on the competitive side, and I feel that there was some competitiveness going on there. It definitely, and I think it made for a very explosive first bout. I really did. Asheville loved us.
Well, a lot of other leagues,
How many people came? How many?
I think we had over 500 people for our
that's
first
huge.
bout. Yeah, we sold out, actually. We oversold. We only ordered 500 tickets, and we had more than that.
We didn't have
For
enough
your first
program.
bout?
We
That's
didn't have enough-
huge.
yes.
Were you expecting that?
No,
Was it
we
a
were
huge-
all
We didn't
floored.
know. We didn't know if there'd be 30 or 300 people. I mean, we were
Wow,
really pleased.
y'all are already more popular than the hockey league, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
possible.
We can keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah. The hockey thing didn't. It seemed like the smoke was gone. You know what I mean? The smoke blew away.
I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to that.
Yeah. What happened to the smoke?
But I think that
Because
now
this
that
is similar. I mean, in the way
Yeah.
you're on skates. It's,
Right.
When you're bashing each other.
it's all a
I
good
think
fun.
of it as similar.
I think the fact that because we've seen other leagues, have their intra-league bouts, and their two teams play each other, and they're not aggressive, and it's not as competitive. So I mean, I think it's actually a good thing that we were able to have that intensity.
It was, because it definitely showed. It showed. That
I
day.
think that roller derby is definitely like going to be Asheville's sport.
I hope so.
We hope so.
I really
definitely.
do. I think that for girls, the rollerblades is going to be sort of the
roller derby, not roller blades.
Okay. I say everything wrong. My mouth doesn't work right. But roller derby, I think it's going to really. I think it's just made for. It's a natural. For Asheville, that's a natural. And I'm wanting to see rugby as at least for the guys, more of that. And I know that there's some teams, but I've not seen them yet, and I want so.
Well,
anyway,
they are here. The
Let's-
women's rugby team is they're kind of struggling to keep up their numbers right now, but the Asheville men's team, they're kind of in their off season right now, but
when the cool weather comes back, they'll be
yeah.
at it some more, yeah. And so I'm hoping to that maybe some of them will come on then, and we'll find out when they'll be having.
Yeah.
The,
I think roller derby appeals to the same crowd though.
it's contact sport, and I think that it's a natural for Asheville. I do. So that's what I think that, and I think that the fact that you had 500 people at your first thing shows it's obvious.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. All right, won't you come in?
Got time for one cup of tea?
Please come in. I'm about to
Yay,
pour some. And this is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Pick
You
up
guys
that.
are Blue Ridge Rollers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
pick up that skate there. Pick it up. Hold it in your hand a minute and see. Is that a formidable weapon or what?
Oh yeah. I
How would you like to get
It's
slammed
kinda
upside the
smelly
head
too,
with that?
so
I
you can always put it under something.
I did roller derby in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, many years ago for
Really?
2 years,
Wow.
and it was very exciting. I was young and stupid at the time. Nothing, you know.
I know. I've been saying that.
It was,
I've been talking that kind
But
of stuff.
yeah, I mean, it was one of the most challenging things I'd ever done.
Yeah.
It's a tough
Yes.
sport. It really is.
Have you come out and did you come out in June and see us?
No, I wanted to. My friends went and they said it was awesome. You know.
Good.
Do you have a schedule?
We have another one, the
Lion.
26th.
We have another bout. Yeah.
August 26th at
All right.
Carrier Park.
Fantastic. Thank you.
There's
Say I
the
can
kid.
zoom in, but Tara might have to hold it.
Yeah.
Oh, over on the south.
Dun 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 dun
If I
dun.
go up?
No, I think you have to hand it over here.
Yeah.
Sorry. All
Okay,
right,
you
this
got
is
you got the
wrong way.
zoomer in her. I gave her the zoomer in her.
Don't
this is
let my
our
tea fall into
flyer.
I didn't get a teacup.
For-
Sorry,
I'm
John.
gonna get it.
Our next public bout.
There you go.
You'll see them around town, cause
Here comes John.
we like doing that. But yeah, it's Sunday the 26th. Gates open at 7, starts at 8. We're gonna have halftime performances by Hunab Crew, the breakdance group here in Asheville. And we're also going to be having an after party at
you.
Westville Pub, and we're going to have 3 local bands.
Wow.
Descolada. I can't say the other one. Stop sign expletive.
Stop sign expletive.
Stop sign expletive.
Stop
And
sign expletive? What a strange name that is.
can I spell it?
I don't know.
The expletive part that she can't say.
Well, maybe you can tell what the first letter and the last letter is.
A.
Is the first letter and the last letter?
No, the last letter is E. Could I say A hole?
Hey.
That's two words. I was thinking.
Well, it's all together.
Anyway, I was thinking.
Anyway, an albatross party.
Awesome.
I was thinking
So-
I'm thinking ape. I don't know. Okay, I'll go get us some cream if it's.
Yeah.
I'll see if I return the cream.
So yeah, our after party will be pretty much as soon as the bout's over, and everyone will head to Westville Pub, and we'll have 3 bands. They're all pretty different, so hopefully there's something for everyone, and we'll just be basically hanging out with the Classic City girls, and having our lovey-dovey we're friends time after we beat each other.
Is it a year-round league or so we'll be able to enjoy the rolled over year-round?
We are hoping to have a season. We'll probably be training year-round.
Yeah.
But we don't have
Like
it
exhibition
totally
and then-
set
and then-
yet. But
Well, and we think during the holidays, probably November and December, we'll definitely take advantage of that and have a break from public games.
Yeah. Do
'cause-
Christmas rolling.
I mean, we actually did a sort of Christmas-related thing in a way. We were roller deer.
Yeah.
also, even the colder months, unless we can find another place to bout,
Yeah.
we'll have to just travel to other places that do
Have
their
indoor courts.
indoor.
Awesome.
You could probably find some of those.
We can get a producer to film it.
Well, see, that's what here's what I was going to try to do.
Yeah,
I
would
was
you
going
mind
to
that?
try
That'd
to
be
talk
awesome.
you girls while you're here into joining URTV and go ahead and get a film crew together and start your own show, your roller derby show.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Would we need our own
That'd be
equipment?
No, we have
No.
it here.
No,
Really?
we have the
We're a
cameras.
fully operational facility. We have editing suites. We have all different types of cameras.
And we're going to be
We have-
installing a camera in his forehead.
Yeah,
Nice.
Wonderful.
It's the
And-
mobile
and,
cam.
and he could skate along. He knows the sports, right?
That's right.
So he could skate along beside and get the good action shots with
could
his
Bam!
with
Forehead against the floor.
You could ref for us.
Floor
the
shot.
floor flying up at the camera. Bam, bam, bam.
I've seen someone try it.
Then here
with
come a
little
few skates along. Bam, bam, bam.
Really? Yeah, I mean, instant replays wouldn't be a problem. You could referee and then be like, oh, let's check that in slow-mo. Put a little wrench to your brain and
Right.
there you go.
But filming would be great to have a show, and highlighting the events. That'd be awesome.
There's sugar
Yeah.
in here for you folks, and there's honey here,
Great.
and there's
Okay.
sweetener, and I'm going to share this spoon because I seem to only have one right now. I don't know where the spoons all went.
Well, we are in the process, I mean, as a league, of, getting kind of a system for, photographers and videographers. We had some people come out, and we're still trying to get the footage together and
Yeah.
get everything edited. Like we were saying earlier, you can go on YouTube and just put in Blue Ridge Roller Girls, and there's like 3 different segments of our bout that was on June
Right.
30th.
Actually, I think it's up to 6 now.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Like
videos
different
keep popping
segments?
up. Yeah.
Wow.
Videos
You
keep
have a
popping up.
website where people can follow through too.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have, is it BlueRidgeRollerGirls.com? But it's really under construction, so we tend to refer people to our MySpace page.
Okay,
It's-
does the MySpace page then have the links to the YouTube? Or the YouTube's?
They're
on-
actually on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just click right on
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Good.
And there's information about, our practice schedule, our upcoming events and bouts, because we haven't done it in a while, but we do a lot of things in the community. We've had an art auction, and we do car washes periodically, and, so there's all sorts of information about just the different things going on if you want to be a part and come out, or if you, want to start skating.
Well, let's get to the nitty gritty.
All right.
Yeah, the tattoo show. No, I was the scoring. How okay, what is the point? How do you score? Is it a race? Is it how many times around the track? What is it?
Who's gonna tackle
right.
this demon?
Okay, we're gonna zoom in.
Are we gonna zoom in?
We're gonna zoom in
that's
so you
why,
can
that's why
see
you brought
the derby
these
dolls.
characters.
Yes.
Awesome.
Should we go through all the positions?
Yes.
And everything? Okay.
Okay.
So start with the pivot.
Can you zoom in closer?
Okay.
Who really
Right.
Yeah,
cares
we can
about-
zoom in
Okay.
closer.
This
Who
is
cares about
this
our
is an
faces?
important part. Okay, this
Oh, but you know what?
because everybody asks me this and I don't
Me.
know how to answer.
Where am I? Oh, that's
Because
me.
this is going to be the
I
official
put them over the T set. If they're over the T
explanation.
set.
Oh, see.
They're
Can you see? We'll do that first.
All right, so these skaters in the front, there's a pack. So these are in the front of the pack. And they have a stripe on their helmet. And that means that they are the pivot.
Show me the oh, I see, the straight up stripe.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to put it against if y'all want to stand back here, I'll move the camera angle and you can just stand up and do it on the back if that would work better for you.
That's not a bad idea.
Would you like to
actually.
do that?
Yeah.
We'll make
All right.
the move. Okay.
You get set up.
And we'll move here.
Oh, but then I can't enjoy my lovely tea.
Well,
I was thinking.
The tea is
We
really
got
good.
time. Okay, how are we gonna?
I'm going to turn
Should I
off.
get on that side?
I'll turn off the molecule. Okay. Oops, wrong one.
Alright.
And,
I don't even recognize
your
me in
remote.
this lab coat. Like,
Okay.
And
what
you've got
is John
none
still
somewhere.
doing over here?
Okay, now let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what I can do.
Yeah, help me out.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
if I can get
that's
it up
see,
there.
that's still me.
Now, how far zoomed in? Is that enough or more?
Okay, wait, who's that?
Back up.
That's me. You move this way. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the pivots with
Okay.
the stripes on their hat. They're in the front of the pack.
I'm going to zoom in because I want to get more
Okay.
of the stripes on the hat there.
There we go. Oh,
Oh, wait a minute.
this
Am I
is
on the
awesome.
phone?
You've done good.
you've done good. It looks
You've
kind of
done
blurry.
good.
Can we focus just a
Can I
little
keep
bit?
There we
going?
go.
Or
There we
still
go. That
messing?
looks good.
Okay.
That
Oh
looks
yeah,
good.
you're gonna not be able to see the busted out tooth if you don't focus.
Okay. That's as tight as I
That's
can
important.
get.
That looks. That's
That's the tightest shot I've got. Is
All right,
can
that
you
looks
work that?
awesome,
Okay.
even with the Casper arms.
Okay.
Okay, so these girls, they control the speed of the pack. If it needs to be faster or slower, they're in the front and they're controlling that. They are also the last line of defense in the pack. Okay.
Now, behind them,
Should pin this in front?
put your
Oh,
pivot
did I
back.
play the pack? I'm sorry.
Behind them are blockers, and these are basically gonna be. Where's the other one? Yeah,
I got it.
these are gonna be four girls. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Three. Oh, okay. Wait. No, three girls from each team, right? And they are the ones that are, basically going to be doing everything, that the pivots do in terms of, playing defensively, trying to knock down the jammer, or in playing offensively and trying to help their own jammer through.
And once you hear the role of the jammer, we can talk more about the blockers to
Yeah.
help that
Talk
make
kind of
sense.
loud because we've gotten away from our microphones.
Okay.
It's just not
Okay.
on me, so it's sort of screaming.
This is hilarious.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so you have the pivots, a line of 4 blockers, and then power blockers in the back. And the power blockers are pretty much the first line of defense, and kind of the hard hitters, if you will. And this is sort of how things start out. And in the very back, oh gosh, we're gonna run out of hands. Now in the very back, you have the jammers.
Jammers.
They are designated by stars on their helmet,
Okay.
and they are the point scorers.
Ah.
They are, they're 20 feet behind the rest of the girls, so here, we'll get them all close up
So
together.
a whistle is blown, and this pack starts to skate. Then a second whistle is blown, and the jammers take off. So
Okay.
it's kind of like a
Wow.
race with these jammers. They're the ones that score the points. So the goal of the jammer is to go through the pack. Okay,
Wow.
so the first time they get through the pack, they're just establishing who is lead jammer.
Right, and so the pack some of the girls in the pack, the blue girls are going to be helping the blue girl jammers get through,
Right.
That's
and
right.
the black girls are going to be stopping the
Stopping
blue
them.
girls from getting through.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, so the first time through is just lead jammer. The benefit of being lead jammer is that you can call it off anytime you want. So if you've gotten your points and the other jammer doesn't have any points, you can just go ahead and call it off. That would be the benefit of that. Sometimes there is no lead jammer. If both jammers get through, but they're out of bounds, you have to be in bounds when you pass everybody to get lead jammer. So if they both get through, but neither one gets lead because we're out of bounds at some point, then the jam will go for the full 2 minutes. So that's the first time through. The second time, the jammers come back up onto the pack, and this time they're starting to score points.
Now, is the whistle blown yet again, or do they circle the track to do that?
Well, it's
Come back
blown
up.
one time and the pack starts. It's blown a second time, the jammers start.
Right.
And those are the only 2 times it's blown until the
Okay,
end.
and then you say they
Or if
come
there's
back up on the
penalties.
track, so then they circle the track. to
Right,
come
so
back
they're
up on it.
skating, and
Okay.
they've got to be fast because these
Right.
girls don't ever stop skating.
Right.
So
okay. So
they've got to get through.
even when they're circling the track, they're racing with each other for position,
Yes.
even to get there. Then. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This whole
They're
pack
the
of
hard
people
workers,
is,
aren't they?
yeah, they're
Yeah.
skating
It's
around
the-
continuously, maybe hitting each other, trying to knock each other down. And when the jammers come through, yeah, they're trying to either help their jammer through or knock the other jammer
So-
down.
Yeah.
Do you take turns with that position, or is your jammer always your jammer?
You have some players who play specifically jammer position,
You
but
have
we
3
like
girls that will be a jammer on a 14-girl team.
not necessarily. If you have more jammers that can jam, then you definitely want to utilize them because
Right,
this is the
you wear 'em
hardest.
out.
This is the hardest position on the team. You're skating the hardest. You're skating the fastest. You're getting knocked down because these blockers are going after that jammer.
Right.
Because that's how the point is scored. If she passes, the blue blockers inbounds, she gets a point for every skater she passes inbounds. So they're trying not to let her
Get
pass, hold her back, or knock her out of bounds.
Okay,
And-
go ahead. But,
So that's
Yeah, so
is that
essentially
it?
Yeah,
And it goes on for 2.5 minutes.
What kind of defensive
minutes.
measures are there?
by. We can physically demonstrate if you guys.
you
would
mean
to do
like
that.
legal blocks?
Yeah. To stop the jammers from scoring,
Right.
from getting in front of the pack, or
well, typically, I mean, the things that are.
We may need
Here,
actual
hold the
people.
hold the black.
I'll be less.
I wanted to
Just
show with
do it.
you.
Oh, it'd be
Okay.
more fun to show with ourselves.
Well,
That's
it's
true.
the things you can talk about are.
Yeah, I can back it up. You can demonstrate on one another.
Okay. Well,
It's not
first of
like
all,
we do
you
this all
you
the time.
can't use from the elbow down. So none of this is legal. So
Okay.
you've got to keep it in.
right.
It's hard.
You can hold back with this part, but you cannot jab it. You can't, up
So
or
you
can't
can
move it.
if you go at
Here,
the same
show it on
speed,
me.
you can slow up or try and throw
Right,
them
so if
off.
I get up in front of her, if I
That's
use
legal.
my entire body,
Right.
I can do it, but I can't just jab my arm.
Okay.
So you can use any of this.
What's-
So mostly what you'll see is, this contacting that,
Yeah.
coming up, or if I can get in front.
While you're
And-
still skating,
Can
while
you,
Yeah.
everything is
can
moving.
you do a booty bump?
Yeah, you can hip
Uh-huh.
checker. You can get in front, just not let her by you.
Yeah, stall
Do you
blocking.
skate backwards sometimes, or is everybody always facing forward?
It used to be illegal to skate backwards, but it's not illegal anymore.
Okay.
Wow.
It's an option, but
I can't imagine doing it.
because then you'd get hit
Yeah.
while going backwards and.
Do you have a
but-
penalty box?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the way it works is if you have 4 minor penalties, you get sent to the box. So you have 4 before you go.
And how
Minor
many
ones.
backup players do you have? Like how many people are on your team?
Well, if somebody's in the box, then you play without that player.
Yeah.
You can't replace
You can't
them.
replace that
Okay.
player. So you just have to skate a woman down, and the other team will get a power play for it.
Right.
So if
And-
some's in the box, you have to play with 4 girls?
Yes, and,
Right,
and
if
that
your jammer's out,
if the
Wow.
jammer's out, you're not
You
getting
just
any
don't
points.
score.
Right.
And if it's a blocker out, then that jammer of the opposing team will get a point for her every time she gets
That's
through
what I'm
that
saying. So
pack.
she can just
Yep.
go right around.
Well, she'll get the 4 points without having to fight that extra 4th
right,
blocker.
she'll still have the other blockers there
So,
to work
yeah.
through, but
Uh-huh. But it's a picnic compared.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, well,
Awesome.
let's have some tea. That was
Let's
great. That was great. Let's have some tea, and then we'll do the bruise and tattoo. should be good.
Bruised and tattooed.
John, I gotta go.
Well,
I
thank you
gotta
for
be downtown in 15 minutes.
thank you for dropping
board
in.
meeting.
You know,
It's a pleasure meeting you all.
You
Hope to
too,
see you
thanks
again.
for coming in.
Thanks for
See you at the
joining.
tournament.
Here's Davine. I'm so glad you came, Davine.
How are you?
Here. I'm going to stick you up on the end. I'm going to give you.
Which end? That end or this end?
Right there. I'm going to give you.
Hi.
Joe's spot. This looks like.
Oh, she brought
Blow the
her
dust out
own
of that.
tea. Is that allowed at
Ready.
the Mad Scientist Tea Party to bring your own tea?
Yes, she always brings her own tea.
Nice.
Because I always have tea with me everywhere I go.
She is a hatter. I don't know. Say the word that means you make hats.
Millinery. Millinery.
She's a millinery. What I
Art
call
of better hats.
hatter.
As opposed to, the Bubba hats. That's not millinery.
Alright.
Baseball caps.
Yeah, Bubba hats.
Gotcha. I was like, what's a Bubba hat?
Bubba hats.
Is this the same tea I had?
That's the green tea.
Okay.
Which, they opted for some green tea. This crew.
No, I've got green tea. That's green tea right there with jasmine.
Ooh,
There's
nice.
a little bit of touch of jasmine tea in there.
Yeah, I'd considered making you some tea, but didn't have the time. Got a little busy today.
Well, as you saw, I was too. I'm so glad you came. I haven't seen you in a while. You've been a little.
I've been working very hard,
Have you?
and I'm in a fit of frustration
Oh.
because of Final Cut Express
You're
and
not the-
editing.
You're not the only one. I was invited to dinner at Casey Waters' house last night. It was Robert and Casey and Judson. And Casey was having some issues with
Final Cut.
Final Cut Express. Certainly he was.
Well,
I hope he got it worked out because he was going to have to overnight his show up to New York,
yeah.
So-
Well, mine is I got the editing done and I got my graphics on it and the font that I wanted for the title, and it's all running great. And so then I'm trying to upload a 3-minute video to Google,
Yeah.
and I've done something wrong. Looks great in QuickTime, by the way, which is
Right.
the movie that plays it.
But it won't take it right up.
No, it's taken 4 hours to upload a 3-minute
No.
video.
Wow.
No.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. And the problem is, I've just switched over to Final Cut from iMovie, which is
Right.
really easy.
Okay.
It's just really intuitively easy. And
Uh-huh.
Final Cut just makes you want to.
Oh, you mean iMovie is intuitive? Yeah.
Yeah,
It is. It's so easy.
so easy, and Final Cut is so hard.
All right. Very steep learning. That's
and I'm
called
not
that's
so
called a steep
sure that
learning
it's worth
curve.
it.
Right.
But I'm really annoyed.
Well, what you need to look at the production of what you've got so far and that you've been doing in iMovie, and is that all the production you need for the videos you're making? And if that's
I'll have to compare it and see.
and if that's all you need, I'd go back to iMovie.
I'm going to go back to iMovie.
Yeah.
If I compare it and there's not that much,
Any
if
of
it's
them.
not that more better.
Yeah. Any of them, it's what you get used to. Once you get used
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, and it's a steep learning curve to go into Final Cut in the first place
Right.
from iMovie.
You didn't happen to bring your fancy microphone, did you?
No,
Okay.
we've been out looking at
You look sad.
automobiles.
Okay.
Yeah, I am sad also because. Never mind. It's a long story. The market is tanking.
Uh-oh.
The market is.
Tanking.
What is tanking?
I mean, it's going through the.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Black Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to the news today, and it was like the market was down by 150 points.
Well,
and
it rallied. It only
and
was
4
down
minutes
50.
later, it was down by 200. It was down.
Yeah, then it was down
54.
another two. It was,
Yeah, it was-
down like 259 or something like that for a while.
Did they really expect it to be as
Oh,
bad?
they're pumping money into it as hard as they come. They're pumping
Sure.
billions in to try to rally things and all, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
It's carnage.
My glasses here.
they're on your
Are
face.
these someone's
No.
cigarettes? They look
No,
like
they're
it's
not.
fancy
Tea.
tea. Oh, it looks
Open
like a
open
spotted
it.
trick.
I
Open
thought
it.
they looked like
Open it
cigarettes
up
as
and
well.
see. Open it and pull it out. That is the big red robe.
Oh.
Don't open it. Don't,
Open it and see.
You can only open it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't really.
Don't open that bag. There's a opened one in there, but it's nothing left in it. Maybe a few remnants.
What's the big deal about it?
That's the big red robe, the favorite of the emperors and the
Where did you get it?
from the
From the place?
from China Garden Buffet. Smells.
Oh,
It has
that
a
smells
fresh.
Very
It's a
nice.
realize
fresh
there's
smell.
I'm stealing
Can I smell
this.
No, don't steal that. Oh God.
I'm stealing it from you.
That's not. You just don't come by that easy. It's taken me this long to get that much. Okay. It's
Right,
here.
I won't steal it
Here.
then.
Oh, here.
Stop
Okay. Here,
leaving
I'm
it there in front of me to tempt me.
Well, I wanted you to see it, and I'll
You're
and,
cruel.
And I'll try to brew it up the next time you come. You know what I'm saying? Here.
Do you want the package?
It's kind of like sharing a nice weed.
Figure it.
Here.
Well, I'm afraid we'd have to enforce things if you tried to steal it.
Here.
We're here for John's protection today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're John's
Yeah.
security
That's right.
security team.
See, this is.
Big red robe tea.
You see that character right there?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
character?
that.
You
Yeah,
see that
yeah,
character
yeah.
is that character and that
I see
character
that.
is that character. And this
Big
is the
red robe.
page that's written in English. And if you see, those are those
From
characters.
the original plant.
That's the original plant, and there's the characters, and you see it's inscribed carved into the rock of the mountain there.
Oh God, you noticed that. You picked that up.
You are serious about your tea.
This is I just happened to luck into some of the finest tea in the world, and then what? Well, how do you like the tea?
Oh, I love it.
And
But I'm really big into tea.
oh, okay.
Almost as much as coffee, but
I like
So,
tea.
but this is not Big Red Robe that y'all are drinking, is it?
No, not right now. No, we're
Because
drinking rock tea
if
and
you're
green
drinking specialty, I'm
tea. Rock tea and green
gonna
tea.
switch.
But but if you come back and I still have that little thing and you say brew that one, we'll try to brew that one up. And but I wanted to encourage you the next time if you come to bring your microphone, because I have several of those little microphones, and obviously I'm going to do a conversion on at least one, but I wanted to pull them all out of their packages, and I wanted to listen to all four
Okay.
of them and decide which one sounded if any of them sounded better to start with. I wanted to start with the best sounding one.
Well,
So-
we may be going to get some little doggies that we adopted tomorrow, but if not, I'll be back. I'll be here.
Okay, what kind of dogs did you get?
We went to Pet Finders
Okay.
on petfinders.com
Mhm.
that has rescued dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a pair of Bichons.
Have you been to see them yet?
No,
Okay.
we're waiting to get them,
Okay.
do
Well-
they?
but they were in a kill shelter.
Uh-huh.
They had been
What
sent there, and they're
age?
young.
Young dogs.
Yeah, maybe a couple years old.
Can you find animals like anywhere in the country?
Yeah, you can find pigs, horses, cows, birds,
Goldfish?
cats, dogs, and probably goldfish. But what they do is they rescue these animals and then someone fosters them
Mm-hmm.
until they put you through an extremely strenuous test to see if you're worthy of adopting their animals.
So there's sort of an application process.
There's a vetting process
Wow.
that you have to jump through hoops about. They call your vet and they call your neighbors. And because Herb, my gentleman friend, was over 70, he needed a godparent backup person in
Wow.
case something happened to him and he couldn't take care of them anymore. I'm the backup person. So then they checked me out.
That's-
Well, so finally
and you
they
passed?
deigned to let us have the dogs.
So it's like adoption. It's like adopting
like
a child.
adopting.
You could get you could adopt a child from overseas easier, couldn't
You
you?
probably could. You probably could. So we finally got approval.
Mhm.
So now we're
Well,
waiting
good.
to see if we can-
Congratulations.
So they're being fostered in Charlotte.
Okay.
So we're going to meet the foster parent with the dogs in Hickory whenever they work out the arrangements.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or not. But if it's not tomorrow, then I'll be here with Mike.
Now, do you know what we have here? Do you know what?
I'm so glad we have girls.